The Dragoran was already considered dead. That was the first thing Ethan noticed when they shoved him into the holding bay. The smell of infection hung thick in the air. The creature was curled on the floor, ribs pushing against its scaled hide, eyes barely open. Its chains were heavier than its wings looked capable of lifting. The guards did not worry about safety. They thought starvation would finish the job. Ethan set down his toolkit, heart pounding. He had fixed fighters, mining rigs, even wildlife armor units, but never a living war beast. This was punishment work for a mechanic who disobeyed orders once too often. The commander spat a warning. Fix the spinal mount or leave him to rot. Either way, you leave the hangar, alive only if the job gets done. Then the door clanged shut behind Ethan. Silence followed. He took a slow breath and knelt where the chains intersected. Metal plates bolted to a ridge of wounded scales. The Dragoran flinched. A weak growl rumbled through its throat, more desperate than threatening. Ethan raised both hands. Easy, I am not here to hurt you. The beast stared, eyes cracked with exhaustion but not empty. There was fear there. Shame too. This creature was meant to be a symbol of royal power, not a pile of bones forgotten in the dark. Ethan shuffled closer on his knees. My name is Ethan. I fix things. That is all I am allowed to do anymore. The Dragoran breathed once, heavy and slow, then opened its mouth slightly. Ethan prepared for teeth. Instead, a rough voice scratched its way out. Fix me? Ethan blinked. So you do speak human language? A dry snort puffed dust. Learned by listening, in the pits, in the cages. Every word cost the beast effort. Why are you like this? Ethan asked before he could stop himself. The Dragoran's head lowered until its muzzle rested on the cold floor. I refused to kill. They starved me. They will force me again. Better to die. Ethan stared at the broken armor fused to bleeding skin. He understood machines. He understood pain that comes from defiance, too. The command to fix the unit meant one thing. They needed the beast alive only long enough to make it kill again. Ethan touched a metal plate. The Dragoran whimpered. Not from fear of Ethan, but from the screws drilled directly into his spine. He whispered, If I repair this, they send you back into the arena. Yes, the Dragoran exhaled. I do not want to go. Ethan's anger grew hot. His father died fighting in pits like these. Death as entertainment, blood as currency. So what do you want? Ethan asked. The beast shivered. It pushed its head forward slightly like a bow. One more chance. To live. To choose. To be more than weapon. Its voice trembled like a soldier asking permission to hope. There was a moment where the entire galaxy felt silent. Ethan grabbed his torch. Not to fix the armor. To destroy it. The Dragoran went still. They will kill you if you free me. They already tried, Ethan muttered. They failed. Sparks lit the pitch black. The first bolt broke with a sharp crack. Scales twitched, claws scraped, but the beast stayed perfectly still to help Ethan work faster. You risk everything, the Dragoran rasped. So do you, Ethan replied. Piece by piece. He stripped away the cruel hardware. Every plate removed revealed torn tissue that should have been healing, not rotting under metal. Ethan wiped blood from his hands, jaw clenched in determination. When the final clamp fell, the Dragoran drew a full breath for the first time in months. Its wings lifted slightly like a memory of flight returning. Then alarms blared. Red light strobed through the room. Automated guns slid out from the ceiling. A voice screamed through speakers. Unauthorized removal detected. Guards en route. The Dragoran rose unsteadily to its feet. Chains rattled across the ground. You must run, Ethan urged, stepping back. No. The predator leaned forward until Ethan stood in the shadow of its neck. We run! Ethan swallowed hard. Can you even move fast enough? The beast's wings opened fully this time. Magnificent. Fearsome. Alive. Pain is nothing compared to captivity. The walls shook as boots thundered outside. Rifles clacked. Orders shouted. The Dragoran glanced down. Climb. Me? No, I cannot. They will shoot. They will shoot anyway, the beast growled. Ethan climbed. He grabbed the softer ridge behind the skull, heart climbing higher than his body. The Dragoran crouched, claws dug into the floor. The hangar doors burst open. The commander pointed. "Kill the human first." "The beast will break after," the Dragoran hissed. Its tail whipped forward, smashing a row of soldiers into the wall. Gunfire erupted. Bullets pinged against scale. One pierced a wing. The beast roared in pain. Ethan held on tighter. "Please fly. Please try." The Dragoran ran. Every limp was agony. Every leap a decision to live. The final sprint hit the far wall at full speed. Metal crumpled. Lights exploded. Then the creature burst through, wings snapping open into cold night air. Gravity vanished. Wind howled in Ethan's ears. Stars filled his eyes faster than fear could keep up. The beast beat its wings once, twice, struggling, fighting. They rose. The station shrank below them. Sirens faded into static. Searchlights stabbed blindly into distance. Ethan pressed his forehead to the scale beneath his hands. "You did it," he whispered. "No," the Dragoran corrected weakly. "We." The wind eased as they found a stable glide. Space hugged them with quiet. "What is your name?" Ethan asked. The answer came slow, tender in its strength. "Carol?" Ethan smiled. "You have your chance now, Carol," the beast exhaled, a sound mixed with relief and disbelief. "And so do you, Ethan. You freed more than a predator tonight." Ethan lifted his head, watching asteroids drift like islands waiting for new settlers. Far beyond them, a faint beacon marked a hidden moon rumored to shelter runaways. He pointed. "There. A place where killing is not required." Carol turned his wings toward hope. Below, the Empire scrambled to reclaim control. Above, two survivors chased freedom. Ethan pressed a hand to the great creature's scarred scales. Carol pressed closer as if to say he would not let this human fall. Not now, not ever. Both broken by cruelty. Both reborn by choice. They would not be forgotten. They would not bow again. In that moment, a human mechanic and a starved alien predator became more than fugitives. They became a story worth telling. A story about mercy powerful enough to wake monsters. A story about monsters capable of greater mercy than their masters ever were. A story that began with a simple plea, one more chance.